My parents had passed away by the time I was age 12, and when I started going to undergrad during the last Bush administration, scholarships and grants began to dry up, so I needed additional money for rent, utilities, and groceries, despite the fact that I was working full-time. I really didn't know the difference between federal and private loans because my financial aid office did a terrible job of differentiating between the two and which consumer protections apply to federal loans versus private loans. This is a letter that I had received from Sallie Mae, and it's threatening that my delinquency will be reported to on my credit report, and it'll stay on there for up to 7 years, like it says. It can affect auto loans, additional student loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Honestly, I'm terrifying of defaulting, but Sallie Mae has left me with no choice but to either pay this fee or default. Like I said, Sallie Mae, in their dual role as both lender and collector, profits from defaults. There's no bankruptcy protection for student loans, so either way, Sallie Mae is going to get that money. That's why they have no incentive to offer any sort of safety nets or consumer protections that would help student debtors avoid defaults. When the petition came out and they had first gotten wind of it, they referred to the forbearance fee as a good faith deposit. That's insane. A deposit is something that comes back to you. When I put the security deposit down on my apartment, provided I don't set the place on fire, I'm going to get that deposit back when I move out. That's what a deposit is. The forbearance fee did not come back to students until our partial victory from yesterday, when they decided to change the policy and have it applied to the debt. Until then, it didn't go to the debt, it just went straight to them. This is only a partial victory. I was very excited about it. I felt optimistic that we're finally imparting some change in their policies, but again, it's still a fee that unemployed and underemployed borrowers cannot pay right now, even if it is going to their debt. I really want the private student loan industry at large to be investigated. I would love to see any means of income-based repayment for private student loans. That would be a wonderful thing, and a return to all of the consumer protections and refinancing rights that have been stripped away. Sallie Mae has spent millions lobbying Congress to strip away all of these rights that students used to have over student debt, and to make student debt different from how credit card debt and even gambling debt and child support debt are treated in a court of law. We have so many baby boomer stories, so many senior citizen stories. There's moms, there's dads, there's grandmas. They're talking about how they don't have health care and they no longer have a retirement fund. Meanwhile, they're going to be paying off Sallie Mae until they're 96. Don't be afraid to share your story. These stories need to be heard. That way it can change the dialogue on student debt from victim blaming to shifting the focus to predatory lending.